Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to install Windows 11 on hardware that isn't supported. The steps that I will be showing you in this video are for clean installation only. What I mean, we're not upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11. We're completely wiping the hard drive. So it's really important that before you do anything that you see in this video, you image your drive. Just in case something goes wrong, you can always restore. So Microsoft finally releases Windows 11 and a lot of computers are left behind. A lot of machines out there don't have their new system requirements. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to bypass that. Now, the current machine that I'm using has 32 gigs of RAM, 4 cores, 4 threads. It's a pretty powerful machine. It does everything I need it to do. Has a solid state drive, really snappy, really fast. Now, it's not my main machine. This machine doesn't have a TPM module, and it does not have a processor that's supported by Windows 11. I was able to install Windows 11, and it runs just as good as the machine that has 10 cores plus a TPM module, supported processor, runs just as good. Now, I'm not going to supply any files. All of the stuff you can get over at Microsoft.com. So you're going to need an ISO of Windows 10 and an ISO of Windows 11. So over here we have VirtualBox. But before I started this video, I tried to install the official ISO without any modifications within VirtualBox. So basically what it's telling you that this PC doesn't meet the minimum requirements to run Windows 11. So I'm going to shut this down and let's create a version of Windows 11 that we can install on just about any computer. So over here, I have two ISOs. I have the Windows 11 ISO and I have the Windows 10 ISO. What I want to do, I want to copy this path and I want to go ahead and open the ISO. Okay, it was already there. So what I want to do, I want to open the Windows 11 ISO and here are all the files. So we're going to need two files here. This setup.exe. Let's go ahead and extract. Okay, so I extracted that file. The next thing, we're going to go to the sources folder. So now we're going to look for this install file. Should be in alphabetical order. So here we go, install.wim. So we're going to right click. We're going to extract. And I'm going to press OK. All right, so it's done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open the Windows 10 ISO. This time, we're going to delete the setup file. We're going to go to sources. And we're going to look for that install file. So let's go ahead and remove that. Now, those files that we extracted from the 11 ISO, we're going to inject them into the Windows 10 ISO. Add files. So we're going to add install WIM. We're going to go to the root of the ISO. And we're going to inject that setup.exe. There we go. We're going to save as Windows 11 mod. That's what I'm calling it. Just makes sense in my brain for some reason. And now we're saving the data. All right, so now we're going to test that new ISO that I just created. So over here, we have the standard ISO. And earlier I showed you that it won't install. And actually, it gives you an error message letting you know that your system is incompatible. And now we're going to load that Windows 11 mod.iso. Okay. And let's see if this works. All right, so with some video magic, I skipped. The reason I did that, the hard drive that I'm currently using to store all my virtual machines, it's not the fastest drive in the world, so it takes longer than it actually should. And this has nothing to do with the modifications or anything like that. So we're going to select next, install now. Now you might see some references to Windows 10, and that's fine. Remember, we took these files from the Windows 11 ISO and injected them into the Windows 10 ISO. So look at this. We have every single edition. So we're going to select the Pro Edition. Accept the terms, advance, and let's create a partition. The hard drive is ready. Next. And it's installing Windows 11. I just wanted to clear something up. So by extracting those two files from 11 and injecting them into the 10 ISO, Windows 10 setup doesn't look for the TPM or for secure boot, or for the CPU. So here's something that's incredibly important. You saw me extract the files from the Windows 11 ISO, but you want to make sure you extract both, not just one. Because you might tell yourself, well, I could just extract the install.wim, inject it into Windows 10, burn it, I'm good to go. No, it actually won't work. You need the exe from that ISO. So the exe from the Windows 11 and the WIM from the Windows 11, you have to inject those into Windows 10. Reason why? Because the .exe from the Windows 11 has the encryption keys for that WIM. That specific .exe from the 10 ISO doesn't have the encryption keys, so it won't work. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, so it's about to reboot. Again, it's taking a little longer than usual due to the fact that this hard drive is a bit old. What can happen to my PC by doing this method? According to Microsoft, because technically they are allowing users to install Windows 11 that do not have the system requirements. Before you ask the question, so why do this whole crazy process? I'm going to get to that in a second. But here's the thing. If you do the whole Windows update, you might receive a message stating you don't have the system requirements, accept the terms and conditions. You might not receive any updates in the future. That's the got you here. But I've already done this on physical hardware on this machine that does not have the requirements. And I was able to update it, no problem whatsoever. So why do this crazy method? Because I know people that have tried and they cannot install it. They don't get the accept pop-up, just doesn't move from there. Personally, when a new operating system comes, I don't want to upgrade. Sure, image your drive, do whatever you have to do, but it's pointless to upgrade. I want my computer to run as smooth as possible. So I want to do a clean install, format the hard drives, reinstall everything from scratch. I know it's a pain in the rear, but it's the best way to go. That's my personal opinion. You might not agree with that, but I just think that's the best way. Now let's go ahead and set this up. You know what? I'm going to skip this part for now. Now I don't want to sign in with my Microsoft account. So I'm going to select offline account, skip for now, enter my name. I'm going to just call it VM. Password, no password. This might take a few minutes. So I'll be back as soon as this is done. And it's finally done. It took a while, but we're finally here. Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking GUI. But what matters, we got this installed. So there you go, guys. This is how you install Windows 11 on hardware that isn't supported. So here's what I want you to do. Hit that thumbs up. It'll help the video. It'll help the channel. Also, first time watching, the subscribe button, bell for future notifications. This is Ray, and I want to thank you for watching my video. Later, guys.